Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here. We're going to be talking about the main event match for the July 22nd edition of Monday Night Raw. This, of course, is going to have a huge impact on WWE's SummerSlam. Kurt Angle has laid down basically his final chance for Brock Lesnar and basically said that Brock, one way or another, you were showing up at SummerSlam and you were going to be having a match for the Universal Championship. No more running, no more ducking, no more complaining about money, but your title is going to be on the line against the number one contender. You're not going to be able to pick who you're competing against. It's just going to be whatever it is, and we're just going to go from there. Last week on Monday Night Raw, we had two triple threats to find out who the number one contender match was going to take place, and here we are. We're left with Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. This, of course, is coming fresh off of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, where Lashley and Roman Reigns went out there and beat the holy hell out of each other. It can be debated whether if I missed a good show or not, but I looked at the Extreme Rules show and basically looked at that as this is a show that I have no interest in, and I feel like if I watch this pay-per-view just to watch the pay-per-view, WWE is not going to realize that anything is wrong. So basically, I did not watch the show live. I did not watch the show on tape. I listened to the Wrestling Observer as well as the Brian and Vinny reviews of the show and felt that that was good enough. And I realized that I did possibly miss a good match. I missed, Kevin Owens flying off the top of the cage. And I think there was one other surprise that was kind of like, oh, wow. That was kind of big. But all in all, I don't think really Extreme Rules is going to really mess up WWE in 2018 as far as anything that I'm going to miss. This match that's going to go out there for the number one contendership could go either way. Bobby Lashley hit a big spear on Roman Reigns and was able to get the 1-2-3 to get the victory. Of course, there was no stipulations or anything to go along with that match. It just was a straight up, these two dudes don't like each other. Both guys think they run this place, and we're going to see who the bigger and better man is going to be, and that's basically what we saw in Bobby Lashley. I wouldn't be surprised that my first thing that came to my mind was, why did they let Lashley beat Roman? I understand that Bobby Lashley coming into WWE fresh off of WrestleMania, debuting on the Raw after WrestleMania. He didn't really hit the wall running. I think that he basically had that match where it was a tag match with him and Strowman going up against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He had the singles match against Sami Zayn. He had the sisters come out there with Sami Zayn, and we were left with a whole pile of nobody really cares about anything that Bobby Lashley is going to be doing, and this is the one way to possibly save it. I would not be surprised that we see Roman get the victory on Monday Night Raw because of the fact that I think that Lashley would come back the next week and sort of build some anticipation for SummerSlam, basically saying, you might have beat me in the number one contenders match, but I beat you on the pay-per-view match, and maybe they sort of debate which match was bigger, which would then just bring us all around to a triple threat at SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar. Brock has had good matches in WWE, but possibly off the top of my head, I can think of the triple threat matches that Brock has had stand out more than anything else. And being able to have Brock take that break during the match where it would last longer and have a typical long WWE main event payoff, I think is going to be better for SummerSlam in the long run. So I would not be surprised to see Roman get the victory at Monday Night Raw, which would then lead to Bobby Lashley saying, hey, I beat you just a week ago. Then when that pays off the triple threat. But when it comes down to it at SummerSlam, I really think that we're going to see, basically Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar, but then we have Braun Strowman beat Roman Reigns to become the Universal Champion. With the easiest thinking is that people are going to boo Roman out of the world for actually beating Brock and getting that championship. That's all the work that they've been doing, trying to make it where somebody beats Brock and everyone cheers, but then have Strowman cashing in, ultimately becoming the biggest babyface in the face of the company in front of that New York, New Jersey crowd, with somebody actually beating Roman and Roman not walking out the champion.